now moment, what's the price? What moral judgment?
Okay, well, in that moment, the now moment expresses itself through duality. Pleasure. I'm trying to explain my faith. Pleasure, pain, heaven, hell.
There's no such thing as heaven and hell.
Dog.
There's only
cat.
now. There's no now.
Well, okay, the principles of heaven. Okay, pleasure, pain. Then, if that's preferable.
You said it.
Yeah, is that whatever works?
So you're talking about the now, isn't it?
Yeah, this everything's here. Yeah.
Now.
Okay, let's say there is a heaven or hell, right? Let's say no.
You can't give your position as a now and then talk about something.
Let me talk about my belief. Let's say there is a heaven and a hell.
Yeah.
It's now. It's not in the future or the past.
Where is it?
Exactly. It's hidden. It's hidden behind veils.
Okay. Just like the past and the future.
Yeah. There's no past and future.
It doesn't exist. Okay.
That's one thing I can be sure of.
Okay.
Because I'm a nowist, I'm pretty dogmatic.
Great. That's great. This is what I mean by this is what I mean by the ridiculousness of the positions you take. So where did this come from? I started to ask.
I'm ridiculous.
No, the position that you're not. You're a human being.
Okay, I'm not ridiculous.
I'm sure you're a great, wonderful person, Alex.
That's very sweet.
The point here is I'm talking about. You're taking everything very personally. I'm talking about the positions you're taking.
All I can do is take things personally. That's all you can do in life.
No, I'm not. I haven't taken anything that you said personally.
You have. You got a bit wound up.
Not at all.
Okay.
I'm trying to get you to focus on the actual question.
You want me to be a Muslim? I know. I don't want you to be anything. Just be yourself.
It's up to you.
It's not though, is it?
It is up to you.
It's not. Because if I don't become a Muslim, I'll burn in hell.
No, but it's up to you.
That's the cudgel you have behind your back.
This is
say, oh no, it's okay.
This is not the emotive argument. This is like I won't.
What's wrong with emotion? Emotion is part of the human condition.
Why don't you go through red lights when you're driving?
Why don't I go through red lights? I don't want to get a fine. I don't want to crash into someone. I don't know. Yeah.
So you're going to say that's the cudgel that they use, the axe that they use to sort of make me do these things. Otherwise, I wouldn't be doing them.
Some of life is like that. Yeah. Like it's not so clear and complex, isn't it? There's many things.
So let's have a complex discussion. Yeah? So
let's see if you can. Yeah.
See there we go. So
there we go.
There we go. So this all started from me just simply asking you what position do you take.
And I said nowist, and you laughed at me. You said it was ridiculous.
And then you made up this position. Just to not have a discussion.
No.
So we spent 10 minutes talking about.
I'm not a theist. I'm not an atheist.
Okay.
And I'm not a Muslim. I'm not a Christian. I'm a nowist. What's wrong with that?
So in my view, that if you're not a theist, and you're going to bring any moral, anything that you regard as anything that you regard. Yeah, I was trying to do that 10 minutes ago, but you made up this nowist issue.
I made up this now, like Muhammad made up Islam.
Make it up.
I see that. What's the difference?
So this is a discussion.
How do you know I didn't see an angel earlier, and then he came to me and told me about Nowism?
Did you see an angel earlier on?
I didn't know.
Okay. Have you got any evidence for that? Okay. So now we're talking about chalk and cheese. You want to ask about
all the religions start with some experience out in the desert or in a cave.
Do they?
Yeah, they do. Buddha was sitting out in the wilderness, wasn't he? He had his enlightenment. Muhammad was in the cave. Moses went up the mountain. Lao Tzu went out somewhere. Everyone, Christ was in the desert.
And then what did they establish? So let's take the Prophet Muhammad. What did he?
I don't know. They came back with a religion, didn't they, that millions of people followed? I don't know. Anyway, let's get back to your point.
No, this is the dismissal, and this is the position. The arrogant position of dismissing. Saying the word arrogant makes me emotional.
You are.
The people who get emotional are the ones who.
I don't find emotional. It's not to be.
It's good to
it's all right. Try it, man.
Yeah, thank you.
The point here is
they went. It's always holy men. Always.
Does that inherently make it true or false?
Depends what you believe in. You believe in the Quran, it's true, but you don't believe in Jesus.
No. The fact that where it came from or how it came from, does that inherently somehow logically make it true or false?
I don't know. Einstein came up with E equals MC squared without God, and it seems to work quite well, right?
Your position of it came from a cave or it came from a desert or whatever.
All I'm saying is
inherently. Look, you're not answering my question. Does that inherently?
You don't answer my question.
I'll answer your question, but answer this one first. Does it inherently make it true or false as to how it came, where it came from?
Nobody knows.
Okay, so if you don't know, then it's irrelevant to why.
I don't know if Muhammad saw an angel in the cave or not. I wasn't there.
You don't know.
You don't know either. You weren't there.
Doesn't make it inherently true or false. That's the point. Right. So let's have a meaningful discussion.
I think it's hard to have a meaningful discussion.
Customer, enjoy the challenge. Come on.
Let's have a meaningful
discussion.
Enjoy the challenge.
Let's have a meaningful discussion.
Alex is really amusing.
Am I giving you? Is this difficult for you? Am I difficult?
No.
Sometimes you have to have a challenge.
Facetious,
Alex, you know what it is?
comedic,
For a
arrogant, maybe, but not
Alex, for a
difficult.
conversation to be meaningful, we have to engage. And engage, you hear what the other person says, and you respond to what they say.
I've tried.
And vice versa.
Let's go from
If
now.
we constantly interject and just keep throwing things in that are irrelevant to the conversation,
I don't think it
then,
have been.
well, if you say to me it all came from a desert and a cave,
No,
and
I
this,
said holy men, traditionally, most revelations come from...
right, but what's that got to do with what we're talking about? And how does it
God, we have
change?
to go back to the conversation. I
How
can't
does
remember. We've gone on all kinds of
No, but
different...
how does it change
Yes, you
the
have.
reality of whether it's true or not? That's what I'm saying.
I don't know if Muhammad's experience was true or wasn't there.
But regardless of your believing or not believing it, doesn't change whether it happened or it didn't happen.
I don't know if it did. I don't know. It might have. It might happen.
I'm not saying that it did or it didn't as a consequence. I'm saying you not knowing that whether it did or didn't happen does not change the reality or whether it did or it didn't happen.
No, I know that.
Okay, so it's irrelevant to our conversation because we're trying to hopefully get to truth.
Okay, go on.
So the point Brother Imran is trying to make to you is unless you have an objective yardstick to measure morality by, it becomes purely fluid, subjective, often nurture and nature, nurture perhaps being more of an overriding force in establishing what is moral or immoral. Would you agree to that?
You have to have something objective.
To be certain of any position.
Okay, so what would that be then?
No, regardless of what that would be, I'm just saying, can you arrive from a purely materialistic basis,
Okay, so
a reality of objective truth when it comes to morality?
all I know is that I know what I have a morality. It may not be the same as yours.
No, that's fine. That's a different thing altogether. Can we arrive at an objective truth when it comes to morality?
We can have a general consensus, but there's always going to be room for movement.
Consensus.
There's going to be room for movement.
So I agree with you that we can have a consensus of to be moral or immoral.
Yes.
That will change over time, depending upon our nurture
Yes
and our
no,
nature.
generally, I would say that the principles main. Through time, I would say, we know that's not good, right?
Right, of course. So, but there are many other things that are open to, let's say, grey areas when it comes to subjectivity.
Because new discoveries, different cultures. Yeah, of course, that's life. It's complex,
fine.
as I say.
So let me ask you a question now.
Yeah.
If a consensus in a particular country was actually raping of women is acceptable.
Well, you'd fight against that.
No. But I'm just saying, from your paradigm, how would you argue or establish that that is wrong, immoral, that is immoral?
Because I inherently know that they are suffering.
So a feeling of knowing, yes?
Yeah.
Okay, and they tell you that your feeling is wrong. Our feeling is right. We're the majority. We think it's perfectly okay to do this. Because they'll say, look, dolphins do it. Other animals do it. So if you're an animal, from a purely materialistic sense of point of view, you should do it too.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't do it. And
no, I'm not saying you would, because you inherently believe it's wrong.
Yeah.
But I'm saying from a purely philosophical, intellectual position, to arrive at a conclusion where you can say 100% you are all wrong,
yes,
and I am 100%
well, I would
right.
just go with that because I know I would have a mother, I would understand. I understand. I have sisters, I would understand. I have empathy, I have compassion.
Yes.
If I'm not psychopathic, then I would understand that. It's inherent.
But so basically what you're now saying is that from your subjective reasoning and your feelings,
that's all we can have,
and your feelings, you would perhaps still say that was wrong, but you wouldn't be able to tell them inherently that they were wrong because they got their social
Well,
consensus.
I could tell them all they want, we'd end up in a fight. That would be life.
However, from a stance of being able to convince them out of certainty that this is wrong, you wouldn't have that.
Well, I'd speak to their reason and ask them, do you have mothers? Do you have sisters? Do you know how it feels do you understand how it feels to be persecuted or to feel pain?
They say we know all that. We know all that, but we think this is right.
Well, then they'd either kill me or I'd kill them.
Right. Now for us, alhamdulillah, we have something that we can give to them, take to them, say to them, even if the whole world was to argue that rape is acceptable, we would say 100% it's haram, it's forbidden,
I could do that too.
and it's wrong. But we would say, not because we feel it, because we do feel it, But we would say because the one that created everything, created you, has made this haram and forbidden and immoral. So do you see the difference here?
Well, anyone can make up anything about a God coming down and I could put those feelings into words and say it came from